What if everything you've ever trusted, your senses, your memories, even the feeling of movement, is a beautifully constructed illusion? What if change itself is impossible? Tonight we enter one of the most dangerous ideas in the history of thought, the philosophy of Parmenides. Before him, thinkers like Heraclitus claimed that reality is constant motion. Everything flows. You never step into the same river twice. But Parmenides asked a terrifying question. If something truly changes, what does that logically mean? When something changes, doesn't it stop being what it was? And doesn't it become something it was not before? But how can what is suddenly become what is not? And how can what is not ever become what is? For Parmenides, this isn't poetic, it's logical. He begins with a claim so simple it feels trivial. Until you follow it to the end. What is. What is not is not. Try to think about what is not. Can you? The moment you think it, doesn't it become something in your mind? Doesn't it become something? Parmenides concludes, non-being cannot be thought, spoken, or known. And if non-being is impossible, then change is impossible, because change requires something to come from non-being or go into non-being. Creation would mean something comes from nothing. Destruction would mean something becomes nothing. Both are unthinkable. So what must be true? Being was never born. It will never die. It cannot be divided, because division would require empty space, and empty space would be non-being. It cannot move, because movement requires a void to move into. It cannot be many, because plurality requires separation, and separation requires non-being. So being must be one, eternal, indivisible, motionless, complete. Not because we observe it, but because logic demands it. Parmenides draws a sharp line between two paths. The path of truth, discovered by reason, and the path of opinion, shaped by the senses. Your eyes show you birth and death. Your ears hear change. Your body feels movement. But your intellect whispers contradiction. So which do you trust? Parmenides chooses reason, radically. He dismisses the sensory world as deceptive appearance. And this clash between him and Heraclitus becomes one of the greatest battles in philosophy. Later thinkers like Plato and Aristotle will spend centuries trying to reconcile this problem. How can change be real if logic forbids it? And here's the uncomfortable question for us. If your senses can deceive you about something as fundamental as change, what else might they be wrong about? Reality? Time? Even your own identity? Parmenides doesn't just challenge physics. He challenges the structure of your thinking. If you're fascinated by ideas that break reality apart and rebuild it from pure logic, this is exactly what we explore here. Subscribe to SciPhiHi for more deep dives into the most dangerous, radical, and mind-expanding ideas in science and philosophy. Because sometimes, the most explosive revolutions don't happen in laboratories. They happen in thought. And the next one might start in your mind.